A new shelter-in-place order issued this afternoon for Boyle Heights residents, while LAFD continues the fight at Lineage Logistics Warehouse.
The air quality remains an issue for thousands of people as new questions are raised about the fire safety of those rooftop solar panels on so many businesses and homes. The CBS LA team is covering all the angles for you this evening, beginning with Luzdelia Caballero. She's live at Ground Zero in Boyle Heights. Luzdelia.
Yeah, and you know, we kind of anticipated a shelter-in-place reinstatement this morning because when we got here, we immediately saw smoke billowing from not only the rooftop, but also inside the building. And to this time now, you can see smoke as we zoom into the street closest to the facility coming out of the facility and also coming from the rooftop. Now, this shelter-in-place order is in place for nearby residents in about a half-mile radius just north of Washington between South Soto and the 710 freeway and south of East Cesar Chavez. And fire officials say those within this radius should be indoors until that is lifted.
Oh my gosh. It looked like we were in the middle of an inferno.
More than 24 hours after flames tore through this Lineage cold storage warehouse in Boyle Heights, smoke continues rising from the roof of the nearly 500,000 square foot facility.
It was such a disruption to our life unexpectedly.
Sally Lopez lives a few blocks down and is concerned about what she's breathing in.
The air quality is horrible. It smells awful. My eyes are burning.
She isn't the only one.
You know, I have a lung condition, I have asthma and stuff like that. So now being too close here to my property, yeah, it's a concern.
The fire broke out Wednesday afternoon and quickly spread across rooftop solar panels, sending a massive plume of black smoke visible for miles across Los Angeles, triggering a shelter-in-place order.
I'm still stressed. I'm still anxious.
It's bad. You can smell it all over.
When I was walking, I couldn't really breathe. My chest was really hurting.
Turns out this isn't the first time this facility has caught on fire. Firefighters responded to the same building on fire back in August of 2024, and Alfonso Valentin lived through it.
The city has to look into it. Like I said, there's something wrong with that structure there.
As for air quality, while the South Coast Air Quality Management District has extended the special particulate pollution advisory through 12:30 p.m. Friday, it says particulate matter is mostly near background levels and reports no significant levels of toxic metals. Still, AQMD warns smoldering material could continue affecting air quality directly downwind of the facility.
This is a heavily dense area of houses and people and children and animals.
In a statement, Lineage said in part, Lineage's top priority is the health and safety of our employees, partners, and the communities in which we live and operate, adding it's working closely with local officials and first responder teams to assess the situation and provide support.
Words are cheap, actions talk.
Now residents are left asking themselves when things will go back to normal.
The flames may not be there, but it's not over by a long shot.
And she called it, in fact, fire officials were telling us that this could last at least another hour, if not more. That's because they are trying to air out the smoke inside of this building. They believe a lithium-ion battery is on fire, and that releases hydrogen fluoride. So they're trying to air that out as much as possible to eventually get those robots inside to get a better look inside the building, to assess the structural integrity of the building, which is very much in question right now, and get to the battery and eventually put it out. Reporting live from Boyle Heights, Luzdelia Caballero, CBS LA.
Luzdelia, thank you. And meteorologist Evelyn Taft is tracking the air quality.
So, Ev, what is the AQMD saying about the current readings?
Well, let's take a closer look at those readings right now, Pat and Rudabeh. You'll see green, meaning okay, air quality is good. But once we start seeing yellow from AQMD, this is moderate. So we're not looking at, again, the worst air quality, but we're certainly not looking at the best air quality, and we are looking at air quality alerts as a result of the smoke. So we're going to continue, of course, to monitor conditions as far as air quality goes and those fine particulates in the air, but we are also also monitoring the wind in the forecast as well. So let's take a closer look at what's happening, and we are seeing sustained winds coming in very consistently from the southwest at 5 miles per hour. So these are your onshore winds. We've got gusts up to 10 miles per hour, but again, not too windy, so that's good news, and we are seeing those onshore conditions. So with that, the wind is blowing again from sea to land, so pushing any of the, again, smoke this direction, inland, eastward. We'll continue to track it for you, but right now, Pat, Rudabeh, I'll send it back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Ev. We'll see you in a little bit. Now, homes across Southern California have rooftop solar panels. In fact, the panels are a requirement for new construction.
So after what we saw yesterday in Boyle Heights, many may be wondering, are my solar panels safe? CBS LA's Zach Boetto is getting answers.
Oh, yeah, I got chickens.
Checking in on the solar panels is becoming a more common practice for people in Southern California.
On the electrical panel itself.
And for some, the purpose for adding the solar panels is simple.
Well, one of the biggest things, or the biggest reasons that you want to do it is like to save up money, right?
As a home inspector himself, Luis feels good about his solar setup safety. But that wasn't the case Wednesday as we saw flames tear through solar panels on a cold storage facility rooftop in Boyle Heights, sending a plume of smoke into the air that could be seen for miles. One fire investigator says this is an uncommon occurrence, but there are some things that can go wrong if gone unchecked.
It's like any other system in your home. It has to be checked and maintained by somebody who's qualified to do it. I think the most common problem I've seen is connections, wiring connections that are not done properly.
As solar panels become more popular on homes or even like this solar farm here, fire officials say their crews have to be trained for their unique challenges.
One is the possible of an electrical charge injuring a firefighter. All that extra weight on the roof makes us consider the construction of the roof and whether or not we want to put additional firefighters on top of it. Plus, we're putting a lot of water sometimes onto those roofs. That adds stress to this building construction.
The bottom line, experts say solar panels are generally safe as long as you take the time to make sure your system is maintained and set up correctly.
I have an idea how everything is supposed to be, and by having the city inspector come over and make sure that everything is done properly, it gives me that peace of mind.
In San Bernardino, Zach Boetto, CBS LA.